feel free to share a bit more about Zecar and what prompted you to go down this path.
Yeah. So I'll give you the really quick story. So,
Hmm.
I spent 10 years in banking and finance after studying, a law degree. And after 10 years, I just was looking for more. If, I'm sure a lot of people go through this journey, a journey you've been through. And I just went through that journey of discovery of what I wanted to do. And I realized that I was interested, in entrepreneurship and innovation, and technology, those type of things, the future, I guess, doing things
Mm.
smarter and better. And also, yeah, so that kind of led me down that path. And I actually read Elon Musk's biography about 5, 6 years ago. And it really around a bit after reading Clayton Christensen's book. So it was, like
So
I
in
guess, a series of
succession.
steps, right? Like,
Yep.
okay, I've got the framework now for kind of how I want to live in my life and the goals that I've set. Okay, now what's the next stage? Like, like making it clearer. What are my pursuits going to be? And yeah, read his biography. He's the world's richest man, and it has a lot of supporters. Also has equally same amount of critics. But he inspired me with his big thinking and his ambition to change the world, make it a better place. And I thought,
Mm.
if he can build a rocket company, then I could build a solar business, which was my original idea.
Yep.
It's a lot easier.
Oh, hey,
He
I
kind of
wouldn't
sent me
know.
down that.
I don't know.
Yeah, it sent me down that path.
Yeah.
And the first year or two was just I set up this advisory solar business, working with businesses to develop business cases for solar systems. Um, but ultimately, it was yeah, I always had my eyes on kind of the future of energy. It was not just solar, but it was going to be solar, batteries, electric cars. Um, and then I think end of 2020, I started seeing the shift in momentum in terms of interest in electric cars in Australia. And I just noticed that there was nobody educating people about electric cars.
Mm.
No, not properly. There was news sites and blogs, but no one was doing like
Pure,
education.
pure sort of electrification, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. Like just electric cars 101 and being data driven, right? Electric cars, I think with complicated topics, with new technology, people can sometimes get lost in the words. So what we try to do is we try to enhance kind of that content with data, with visualization to give people context.
Hey, just a
Um,
side point, Danny, a big kudos to your articles. I'm a big fan. I particularly like the sections where you have that graphs. There's a table format and explain it very clearly. I would go as far as saying you even do such a great job that you highlight the certain numbers that mean the most, whether it's in bold or whether it's in a red color.
yes. So yeah, look, look, sometimes it is, I do go over
I'm a
the top
fan.
with kind of all the visualization. Thank you. But we're still trying to find the right balance. But I think overall, it's something that our readers, they appreciate and it resonates with them. And yeah, this is just the start, right? But I think if you look at the future of energy, you're going to have a lot of options when it comes to electric cars, when it comes to
Mm.
chargers, when it comes to energy plans, when it comes to solar and battery packages. Like, what's the right product for you? There's so much noise out there. So what we want to do, I think, is cut through that noise and help people make decisions and understand what the customer wants and be able to make recommendations. Because what I found being in the energy industry for the last 3, 4 years is it's very, it is quite sales driven. It's
It's all numbers,
and
isn't it?
yes, and I feel like it could be a little bit more customer focused and understanding the customer. So yeah, that was really the genesis of kind of why I built it, is to understand the customer better and be a helper make recommendations or give them the information to decide for themselves. So we're still in the very, very early stages of electric car uptake in Australia.
Mm.
Um, so the monetization of the website is still in the very, very early days. Actually, we're not even monetizing at the moment. It's all about our users and it's all about establishing domain authority. Yeah.
Being great content. You
Well,
want to
we
be,
could be we could be monetizing if I wanted to whack on some like banner advertising,
yeah.
but for me, it's not worth interfering with the customer experience for now. It's very much let's just keep investing in domain authority, and building our brand. Yeah,
I
and
remember,
the money and the product can come later. How we make money will come later. It will come because when you've got, as you know, eyeballs, and you've got passionate followers, or people that come visit you regularly, there's a lot of value in that. Whether it be through us selecting a product later on, or through acquisition, because a larger company wants the eyeballs and the content and the technology that we've developed. Because we've got the country's only electric car focused database. Yeah, and it's a database that's focused on key things important to an electric car, right? Whereas if you go to, say, a Redbook, they have a database. Obviously, it's a very good database, but it's just for all cars, and things that are specific to EVs kind of just get lost in the database and in the fields. Whereas
It,
us,
it
we
just gets
highlight.
consumed by everything else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that database tech we've built can then be deployed across all different products, right? Chargers, energy plans.
Wow, hey, you really thought it
Yeah.
through in terms of the back
But
end,
I
front
shouldn't tell you
end.
too much more, mate. Some people might want to copy our idea and run with it, but I'm always happy to share, because as I've found out, like, ideas, they're kind of like a dime a dozen. Like, initiating and then executing successfully, incredibly difficult. And
That's the
then
key, isn't it?
yeah, and what we've built, look, I think there is some. I'm pretty, like, it is reasonably sophisticated, but it's still just a website, right? It's a content website, and that was incredibly challenging for me. So, yeah, good luck. I've been through it all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like what you said, sorry to cut you off there, Danny. You mentioned that if someone goes, for example, Tesla Model S versus Kia EV6, you want to be that the first search result that comes up on Google, for example.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
How
And
do you?
back to why I kind of did this, it's because I want to be the best me, and I felt like I couldn't be the best me in banking, right? So it all comes back to me, and I felt like I have this creativity, I have this love for technology, I have this desire to kind of make the world a better place, and this kind of electrification movement is aligned with that. It's just, maybe it's a coincidence, right? And it makes me happy. So this is why I spent the last year building it and launching it. Yeah, it's ultimately about me. But also,
Hey,
but about me is, making sure that people get a good deal and are educated and understand what I'm so excited about. I love to share things that I'm excited about. If I'd ever become, to me, I feel like I should be like on TikTok, just like sharing my love for products that I enjoy.
yeah.
Because when I find value in something, I love to share it with people. And I love electric cars and the potential it provides for people and the planet. We're not there yet, but the potential it has is immense. And I want the world to know, and I want to make sure that they choose the right cars for them as well, and cut through the marketing, right? Because the world is just cluttered with marketing and advertising.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, look, yeah, so we want to be objective, we want to be data driven, we want to be authentic, you know, and just, yeah, and I say that wholeheartedly, right? I wear my heart on my sleeve,
Brilliant.
and it manifests itself on the website as well. It's all about,
It's
um,
you.
yeah,
Zecar is you.
yeah. It's a manifestation of me in a electric car website.
Hey,
Yeah,
brilliant, buddy. Isn't that
yeah,
fantastic? Isn't that pretty cool?
yeah,
And you mentioned early on about you believe you have a lot to offer. There's a lot of potential, right?
yeah.
So it's very much hitting that potential, isn't it?
Hitting that potential in the context of my other priorities in life, right? Like, I think, look, if I wanted to go all in on my career and my business, I would have basically selected a product and a way we were going to make money, and the plan we have to get there, and then go raise a bunch of money, right? And, venture capital money, and then go for broke, right? Which, if I wanted to kind of accelerate the path to success of that venture, that
Mhm.
probably would be the path to take,
You mentioned
right?
$100 million business, right?
Yeah, right. But I guess, I've got other priorities in life. I don't want to be under the pressure, that type of pressure, right, to build and accelerate and growth at all costs.
Mm,
I've got my kids are only going to be 5 and 7 once.
that's true,
Like,
buddy.
I'm not fundamentally changing the world. Like with Zecar and with my ventures, it'll be, well, not this one anyway. It's just doing, just spreading the word and accelerating a little bit more. You know what I mean? But that's not worth sacrificing my life. My life
Mm.
is more than any business or my career.
You're not
It's,
Zecar. You're not
yeah, it's
Zecar.
everything. It's a part of me.
Although it's a manifestation of who you are, Danny, It's not you, is it?
No,
You,
no, no, no. I'm very much someone that's always had a lot of, like to balance different interests in life. And I don't think that will ever change. I don't think I'll ever be so consumed with my work that I'm working 120 hours a week. Because
mm.
I enjoy doing too many things, to be honest.